Guys, I'm a fan of Bleach, and I'm gonna study the art and make a how to draw video on it because I started watching the anime, and now I'm on the manga, and I'm gonna try to put together a little something. But this video isn't gonna fully go over the art. This is pretty much gonna be everything I've seen that differentiates Bleach from literally every other anime I've ever watched. This is gonna be a quick one, so Bleach is probably the most diversity I've ever seen in manga and anime. Not just to having black characters like Yoruichi and Tosen, but a decent amount of Hispanic characters and just a heavy Hispanic presence as a whole. Chad probably looks like the most like Puerto Rican dude ever, and I'm literally at a part where Ichigo and everybody is at a place that's called
Las Noches.
And Kubo's like the first dude I've ever seen go this far with it. There's probably way more out there, but in terms of like mainstream, I haven't seen anything like this before. Everybody knows this shit. Bleach has some crazy ass fits. Like real deal fly shit. In the manga, in the show, and even more so with just promotional art. Kubo almost always draws them in some tough shit. Like just look at this shit. And I knew this before getting into Bleach, but now that I know the context, it's just crazier. Like dog, this shit is just hard as hell for no reason.
Dear basketball, from the moment
Me and my friends started watching the show together, and every time something happens and the soundtrack kicks in, we just both get hyped. It really does have that signature shonen feeling. Like new age anime just don't really capture this type of shit no more, at least for me personally. But sometimes when that soundtrack kicks in, bro, it gets like, I get goosebumps. And the only other show that's really done that has probably been Naruto, but this ain't about that. And when the hollows are on, or just anything hollow adjacent, and they do the like distorted sound effect version of the song, oh damn. And when
Well now.
And I know there's something about how the characters have their own signature theme songs that are in the manga or something like that. I haven't looked into it, but I have yet to go down that rabbit hole. Lastly, Bleach feels like something I've watched before. Like it doesn't necessarily do anything new, I don't think. It follows its, usual shonen tropes, but it pioneers those things. Well, honestly, that's obvious, but you know what I mean. To be a current watcher and have it translate the same way is actually timeless as fuck. It doesn't feel like I'm watching it for the first time. It feels like I'm rewatching one of my favorite shows already. And I don't think I've ever had that feeling. That shit's weird. Very odd, and that could be because of its similarities to Naruto. And honestly, actually, I don't know if this is a hot take, but people who battle Bleach and Naruto, after watching Bleach, bro, it's like the same shit. I think both shows feel the same and hit the same beats, but it's just executed differently. But both of the shows got their flaws, and also the thing that distinguishes them from the other, you know what I mean? But it doesn't feel all too different. But like I said, this video is not about that, just about Bleach. Bleach is definitely worth the watch if you haven't watched it already like me, or at least how I used to be. I'd say it gets good around like episode 16 or so, and also worth the study, which is why I made this video in the first place. But I didn't want to gush over it too much in the actual how to draw videos, so I just figured I'd glaze it all in depth in one video. Told you it was going to be a quick one. I hope you enjoyed this glaze, and the how to draw video will be coming out. I do have the script done. It's actually coming out. That's it.